Hey, sugar booger woogers. Welcome back to my channel, Pour Out With Me. Today, I have decided to pour out to the new mommies out there. I know a lot of young ladies are new mommies, and I was once a new mommy about 4 years ago. And I just wanted to share some of the things I did when my son was newly born. Let's say my son's first year. Okay, so I brought him home, and they still have the umbilical cord. I think for like 5 to 7 days it takes it to fall off, and so you can't wash them up, like actually submerge them in water. They just say that you use a little towel and clean up around it, but you don't like put him underwater or her underwater while they still have the umbilical cord on. After the umbilical cord comes off, then you can start giving them baths, like actually putting them in the water, is what I was told. Also, I had a son, so I decided to get him circumcised. And I think for possibly the first week too, or first few days, you have like a little ointment and a little covering that you put on the pee-pee to help it heal and help it not to be painful for your little guy. And so I had to do that as well after he was born. Also, they can tend to spit up a lot because some I don't know what the thing is called that keeps them from spitting up, but it's not it's not strong enough or whatever. So a lot of times they'll spit up or what have you, because my son did a lot of spitting up. I was kind of worried, and I took him to the doctor because I was just trying to be sure this was normal or whatever. Because at first, when he first started, he was on breast milk, and then sorry, when I went back to work, I had to put him on formula because there was no way I could pump, because I was driving for 8 to 9 hours or whatever. There was no time for me to pump breast milk and all of that, and I had to pretty much do it all, so I didn't really have time to build up a storage of breast milk or anything. And then it was hard for him to latch because he was always hollering and screaming and hungry by the time he woke up. And it was hard for me to get him to latch sometimes. So I was pumping it and giving it to him through the bottle. But anyway, and sometimes he took it from the breast. But anyway, that was my experience with breastfeeding. And it is tough the first 2 months because they feed and eat every 2 hours, so it is a strict schedule, and by the time I finished feeding him, changing him, and putting him back to sleep, I would need to pump, and so I couldn't sleep while he was sleeping, so that had me sleep deprived. So I was working off of a wing and a prayer, just trying to keep up with his schedule for like that first 2 months. So it gets a little better, but of course you don't sleep through the night because they tend to wake up at various times, as I'm sure you all know. And then as he got older and started taking on the foods, the soft foods, liquidy like type food, pureed food, whatever you want to call it. To make it easy on me and him, I cut a little snippet in the nipple of a bottle. Like I got one of the little dollar store, little 2-ounce bottles or whatever. And I put the baby food in there, and I let him drink it from the bottle. Because it was easier for me than feeding him that little liquidy stuff. I was like, and it's getting everywhere, and it's just messy. So to keep it from being messy and to make it easy on both of us, the little soft liquidy stuff that they start them off with, the one in a jar, I would put that in a bottle and he would drink it. And that worked wondrously. Oh, we both loved it. And it looked like they came out with something like that, like with some sort of type of spoon type of thing or something. I'm not sure. I think I saw something like that. I think it was in Burlington or something, or like, I don't know, something like that. But the bottle, another lady, in a store, she told me she put it in a bottle. And when my son was younger, I put it in, because it makes it easier than trying to feed them with a spoon. And it's super liquidy. It's like, you may as well drink this, is what I thought, so I put it in a bottle. I cut the hole a little bigger so he could get a little more, it won't have to suck so hard. Just a little, not a lot. Just like those, the bottle when you have to put the formula in it, when you have to add the cereal to it, and you have to put a little bigger hole so he could drink it. Something like that. I was doing it. So anyway, I need to get over. I'm just trying to give you a few little tips I did. Oh, also, when the baby has to boo-boo and it's hard to get the boo-boo out, sometimes it helps to put a little Vaseline around the little hole, the little poopy hole, and then you have to push their legs or knees into the stomach to help them push it out. You push their feet or legs to the stomach. I saw a video where this guy did this thing to help the baby fart, where he exercised his legs and did the little back and forth with his legs, and then he pushed them both up, and then he pulled back first, he stretched them out, and then he pushed them in and he farted, and the man fell over laughing. But that helps them get the boo-boo out, because sometimes they'll have hard boo-boos, like maybe constipation or whatever, and it's easier to get the boo-boo out when you help them. Sometimes they need a little help. And a little Vaseline by where the little poopy come out, the poopy hole, and then just, because the dude in the video kind of rubbed on the stomach, massaged the stomach a little bit, and then he did the kicking legs thing. Then he pulled the legs back, stretched it out, and then he pushed the legs in, and then it pooped. He farted. But usually, because they do get gassy, you have to make sure they burp after they eat. Like, I would give my son 2 ounces of food, and then I burp them and give them the other 2 ounces and burp them again, just trying to ensure that they don't have gas, because they can be cranky and whiny and stuff, because gas hurts, and gas gets everywhere, people. I've had gas in my back, my side. It just hurts. When that stuff don't come out, it's gonna find somewhere to go, and you ain't gonna like where it go either. So, to help the baby when they're newly born, you push the legs in, push the knees into the stomach or whatever, and it helps them push out the boo-boo. It's always good to have the new diaper under the old diaper. Make sure you take off the old one very carefully, especially if they poop, because that stuff can be runny. So make sure you take it off carefully, and then put the other one on, especially if you have a boy, because they will get you. You will get peed on if you don't switch out that diaper quick enough. So it's always good to have everything prepared. Have your wipes, have your cream if you need it. And a lot of times, I would use just Vaseline to kind of be the barrier between the skin and the diaper. I just saw that kind of helped, to put a little Vaseline on the diaper or whatever, or on the baby, to keep them from getting the rash altogether. But like any one of the rash creams, they all seem to do the same thing. Works just fine if they start to get a rash. But you keep that baby diaper changed on a regular, don't let it go too long on the baby's bottom, and you shouldn't have a rash. My son didn't really have any rashes, and I really didn't need it. need the cream because I was using Vaseline already, so that was protected, and I kept his diaper changed in a timely manner. So anyway, I did my very best, but it ended up he had eczema, what have you, so he started to show drying patches or whatever, so I had to lubricate his whole body with Vaseline, clean him up real good, and just Vaseline and lotion to keep him moisturized and to keep the eczema from coming, flaring up or whatever. They have sensitive skin, so you have to be careful. Like one time my son ended up with these bumps all over his body, which was like an allergic reaction to either a lotion or a detergent in the clothing or something like that. I'm not sure. I think I changed detergents with the laundry, and I had put him in some clothes, and but I think they gave me like an antibiotic or something to clear it up or something. I believe is what happened with that situation. Or like I would lose Benadryl, not on an infant. No, they're too young for Benadryl. I think they don't suggest Benadryl till 6 years old, actually. I think it says 6 years old on the bottle. And anything under that, consult your physician is what I think it says. But for allergic reactions and stuff like that, Benadryl's good. But not for kids. You got to consult the doctor for that. Or they'll give you something else. But like, I believe they just gave him an antibiotic and it cleared up. Because he had it on his face a little bit and all over his chest. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I'm like, he couldn't have chicken pox or mumps or nothing like that, I don't think. Because I don't recall getting him that daggone early. But anyway, so it was just an allergic reaction to something. I don't know exactly what did it, but something caused him to have those bumps. Let me think. Because you have scary moments. Like the feeding, when he started to feed himself and he would eat bread or pizza or something like that, and he stuffs his mouth. So you have to watch them, because they'll try to stuff their mouth and act like they're a pro and they could chew it on down and swallow it, and he couldn't. And so he ended up choking, and then I had to, turn him over and pat his back and get him to spit it out. And of course I'm praying and calling on the Lord, and it's scary every single time, but thankfully it came out. I don't understand why this line is so long for turning. It ain't ever been this so long of a line to turn. Thankfully I'm not late. It's 1:50, but still it's like, my goodness, people. And now I'm thinking, since it is 1:50, maybe I should go to the store and get our drinks and stuff and then come back, because I do have a smidget of time. Because Mr. Man, why you didn't give me nothing to drink? Why you didn't give me nothing to drink? So you want something to drink? I'll go get you something to drink. Because I sure did not think to bring nothing from the house. Now, I don't think I put his juice in the refrigerator. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm trying to go through some of my memories of when he was younger and some of the things I did that might help you new moms. It's a learning process. When you bring that baby home, you're learning the baby cries. You're learning what he wants, what he needs. You're learning him when you bring him home. And he or she will tell you what they need. They have different cries, and you'll learn the different cries and what they mean, like hungry cry versus pick me up cry, or I'm hungry cry versus I got gas cry. It's like a different cry. You'll understand once you bring the baby home and spend time with your child. You'll learn the child, so you'll know what the child needs. I don't know, some people are for pacifiers, some people are not. And some babies are for it and some are not. So it depends on the child. Because I think 3 out of 4 of my cousin's kids took the pacifier. But that last one, she was different. She didn't want no pacifier. Now, my son took the pacifier, and it took me a minute to get it away from him. And that's the thing, sneaking him out of wanting it. I think he was 2 when I took it away. Because I just did not want him to be 3 or 4 with no daggone pacifier. So I believe I snuck it away, and then I just never gave it back to him. And somehow I got it to work. And the bathroom thing, that just somehow worked out. The school gave me the idea to send them in underwear or something like that, I think, instead of the disposable ones. And I guess that kind of helped him. Somehow me and the school got him potty trained. And I'm so thankful, so thankful. Now I'm working on him learning how to fasten his seatbelt, so I don't have to do it every time, because sometimes I'll be in a rush and I'll forget. But then I'll do it, while I'm out. When I get to the next light or whatever, I'll fasten it. But I'll be glad when he starts fastening his own seatbelt. And mommy don't have to do that for him no more, because he's dressing himself now. He's putting on his own clothes and shoes, and sometimes he gets them on the wrong foot, and mommy has to help him out. But it's a blessing. The more they learn to do, and the less you have to do for them, it is a blessing. Because you do so much as it is all I'm saying. Okay, it's 1:54 now, so I still got time. It is so many vehicles and things over here. Can I get through? I'm just wondering, why y'all got this place all blocked off? What is going on? I'll go right here. I like parking right in front of the front door. All right, you guys. So that's some of my mommy tips. If I can think of anything else, I'll hop back on and do another video. I hope some of the things I've said has helped someone. Please leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming by and hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Love you, love you, love you. Live on purpose. Enjoy your life. Do what makes you happy. Miracles and blessings. Till next time. Bye.